she like connected with me, and she said that like if I had any questions or anything, because like I'm still trying to get my adoption papers unsealed, and because I need to balance everything out, obviously, because obviously I need to connect. But my sisters especially have had such a special connection, especially Deshonda has always had a special connection with the culture. She's always loved it. It's always been a part of her. I mean, she actually was the one that told me and Denise that mom was lying about our identity. We were adopted and we were Lakota, and we didn't believe her for a long time. Like, we didn't even, like, it was crazy. Because, like, she had us, like, so brainwashed. It was so weird. And then when you like have like a mother figure and like you go like there's this idea of like betrayal, like I can't accept this because that would be like accepting, you know, betrayal. And so I would like to see her on one of these lives. But she also my two sisters are Afro-Indigenous. She didn't let them identify as black either. And then she would get mad. She would call all of us like the N-word. So.
Oh, wow. Snap.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Wow. Oh, yeah. That's kind of messed up. That's mixed signals right there.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really weird.
That's really kind of messed up. That's messed up, you know, to say one thing and then say another thing. Like that's, you know, mixed signals right there. See, that's a problem with these, you know, the mainstream society. You know, their thoughts are scattered. But when you know our ways of life, you know, it's a whole different thing, right? Because, you know, like Native Mamas knows her ways of life. I know my ways of life. You know, Pelon knows, you know, his. Royal knows his, Thunder knows his, you know, and you know, to us, it's just like, that's kind of what, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's all like, you know, the way they're talking and and how they're treating people is kind of whacked within our, you know, within our community. That's, you know, that's how I see it.
I don't. Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? I'm sorry, I kind of.
We're talking about how the
sorry.
No, mainstream society, you know, how they think and how, you know, how we live as people. Because we have our ceremonies, we have our prayers, we have our pipes, we have, you know, our ceremonies, you know, all of those things. And so we have a certain, you know, a way of living. But then when it comes to these, the mainstream society, they're like all over the place, up, down, and everywhere, you know. Yeah, I mean, they kind of talk outside the side of their neck too, you know, and we're just like, wow. See, it would have been better if they just left, you know, this land, you know, for us to take care of, and how to conduct ourselves as human beings. Because wow, like wow.
It's a natural thing. The thing about it, though, is, and this is something that nobody will ever talk about because because we're not even allowed to ask questions, so the conversation is not going to evolve. White people are infamous for not getting consequences for their actions, so it would make sense that they would be more likely to have sexual abuse in their family. I think that. Because like they're not reporting it, they're not saying anything, and you guys can say it happens in every other family, but it's especially prevalent in white families. Like they are like that's what they do, and they lie about it. It's fucking weird. That whole family down that way, they were like that, and that's what I see when I run into white people. I'm sorry, but nobody wants to.
To be honest, when I was locked up again, I had to go through like this program. And there was a lot of Washichu, you know, women in there. I was like two out of 12, you know, but there were mainly Washichus in there. And anyways, the stories that they would tell about the foster homes or their adopted parents was pretty sickening. And that's why I'm really against, you know, Native children being adopted out to Washichus because it's disgusting. I mean, one girl told me
but
she
the
was
problem
only
is this.
9 years old or 8 years old, and they put foam inside of her so the dad could, you know, with her. I was like, what the fuck? the shit was disgusting. I can't look at Washichu people at all. At this point, they just we just can't.
This is what I got. This is what two things that's problematic. According to Native Americans, that woman is not white. That's a Cherokee. I was adopted by a Cherokee. I was adopted by a Native American. So that's cool. Second thing is Rhea in the comments said it's about patriarchy, in my opinion. I don't know how many times I have to fucking tell you this, Rhea, but I don't give a fuck about no white bitch's opinion. I don't want to learn nothing from you. Your compassion that has been exhaled because of your own.
Savage, hold. Nope. Savage, we're not going to do that. Please do not do that in my life. Please do not do that into my life. You know, I understand where you're coming from, but please don't come at, attacking people in my life, because I don't, I want to make this a safe place. I want to hold up, Savage. I want my space to be very safe. So your opinion on somebody, please do not bring it up in my life. If you see her in another live and you want to go at it, go at it. But, my life is not for that. I want this to be a very safe space that everybody can have a civil discussion. So please, if you got to take a few breaths, take a few breaths. And recenter yourself, but don't, I've been talking to her lately too, helping her through some things. I don't see the color. And so I'm not gonna, say.
That's why I'm not saying anything either, because I know how you are. That's why I haven't said anything. I'm just being cordial as fuck, but I get you.
I'm all I'm saying is that I'm here to help people and be, a mediator. But, I'm not going to sit there and put somebody down for their color. I'm not going to put somebody down for their size, for their hair color, what they do, what they don't do. I'm not here for that. That's not me. What I'm doing is
no, for me, it's for interacting within the community when you're not part of that community. And actually playing both sides.
I'm not going to say anything racist. I do want to bring it up. This woman, regardless of me, I try to be nice to her and everything, but it's so much work. It's so much work to constantly have to correct her. And it's like, bro, exactly. Why is it my job to teach you how not to be a piece of shit? Why do I have to do it?
Well, you don't have to do it. So don't put that responsibility.
That's why I told her to leave me alone. She won't leave me alone.
Savage, just hear me out. Because you know what? Right now, you have a whole lot on your plate right now. You don't have to deal with anything but yourself right now. So all I'm going to say is, and redirect your attention to yourself, right